Boom. All right. Well, definitely welcome back, guys. We're gonna do recaps, even though it's been a few weeks since our last session. Hopefully, some of what happened last time is still very fresh in our mind, stuck, kind of very memorable moment. Um, I think also part of the recaps, if you have thoughts, things that we talked about before last session, our goals, our objectives in Castle Ravenloft, like who are we trying to rescue? Are we trying to find any items? So we're going to pay attention to our Tarokka cards. How can we weaken Strahd before we fight him? Things like that you guys had mentioned and talked about before last session. I think in your recaps, if you have any of those moments or things that you want to note as well, feel free to do so. Um, but yeah, let's go right into our recaps. Tonight we're going to kick off with Dimitri, if you don't mind getting us started.
Yeah, so I was just trying to remember what happened. Last session, we finally arrived at Castle Ravenloft. Um, and we did a quick sweep of around, first, when we were crossing the bridge, Winrell went first and then got attacked by a giant gelatinous cube, which we ended up splitting and then having to fight four gelatinous cubes. But luckily, we ended up figuring out that we shouldn't use a certain type of damage. So we beat it, which was actually pretty hard for not hard, but it was just like it did a lot of damage for one creature that against a party of our level experience. But it was fun. Then we swept the courtyard. Didn't find much except for a blind uh, and well, I think his eyes were gouged out and his mouth was sewn shut like servant who we were gonna have test the slide, and then Winrell stopped him and then killed him and then made him test the slide. So that was interesting. And then we all went down this ice slide to the window, and some of us made it in. Unfortunately, Elword had a mishap, but luckily he has some tricks and was able to latch on to the side of the cliff. And Nisha is currently, I think, the only one outside. Everyone else is inside. But Nisha is trying to figure out how to get Elward back up while everybody deals with some mystery thing that's in the room that we haven't found out about yet. Yeah, no, Nisha did jump. She's down, but she chose to not slide in the window. She chose to stop herself at the window. So she's outside, yelled inside that she needs help, and then that's pretty much where we ended the session. And I'm very curious. I've been waiting 2 weeks to find out what's in this room and why we had to wait in order to find out what's in it.
Yeah. Hopefully not to disappoint. A lot of very, very interesting stuff immediately that's going to happen. Thank you for the recap. I agree. I think that gelatinous cube is, even though it's a low CR monster, that is a tricky fight with a scenario that you have to fight it in. Uh, and the treatment of that uh, poor servant was just downright hilarious and shocking. Um, thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration, and we'll see you next. Next will be Winrell, if you don't mind, as you were the first brave soul to take that ice slide, if you don't mind continuing our recaps.
Sure. I guess couple key things of when Rel decided to end the poor guy's misery before he became our practice loser, I guess. And I'm really kicking myself because of all the times I've wished I could have used guidance in this game, and I never could because we never planned. I knew a roll was going to happen before it happened, then it would have been perfect to use in that instance, and I didn't do it. So that could have maybe made the difference for Elword and some of the rest of us that didn't do it quite as smoothly as we had hoped. Winrow went face first through the glass, so not exactly smooth.
Sometimes those buff spells and buff abilities are so hard to like remember. I love playing a bard, but I always freaking forget to give out bardic inspiration. It's like in your head, and then it just slips out in the times when you actually use it. But yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
it's just tough because it's like an ability check, and it's just like so rare that like you can an ability check's coming in time, like, you know what I mean, without messing up like the natural flow like of the game, right? And this is like the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, that's the forethought, even in character. And I appreciate you not like super souping, pounding guidance. You totally could if you wanted to. But yeah, using it in the right moment. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration. Let's see. And welcome, Dave. I'll get you into the roundup for our backups. Cool, cool. Let's see who's next. Next will be Elword. If you don't mind continuing our recaps, man.
Yeah, I think all that was set for recap wise is done. But yeah, I'll go into like Strahd's castle fits the theme so well because it's like Strahd's sense of humor and how he is. So as soon as we walk into the castle, yeah, there's a door right in front of us. Like, should just enter that door. But like, oh no, it's Strahd. That's obviously a trap. But then it's Strahd, so it could just not be a trap, and he's just messing with you. So it's the little things that Strahd's pounded into your brain throughout the campaign. You know what he's gonna throw at you. And regarding like what we did up until this point, uh, I think we did as much as we could. I know there's one, but we had so much momentum going that we had to go into Strahd's castle at this point. And even though we're level 10 and have like what appears to be really good gear that would match us up against Strahd well, I still feel underpowered, but that's not so our characters or our builds or our items. That's more so the campaign making you always feel inferior to Strahd. Like uh, Prince of the Apocalypse, when we were level 10, I felt unbeatable. Uh, I just chalk up that last TPK to bad rolls, but yeah, level 10 adventures should feel strong and should feel like they could beat anything. But in Curse of Strahd, you still feel like an ant compared to Strahd, and that's how it's good to feel like it should be. And yeah, I'm dangling by literal threads. Can't wait to see what happens to me. But yeah, I'm glad we took all the precautions to fight Strahd, and we got every inch of an advantage we can. But I feel like even though we have great things going on, it's still going to be a really tough fight and possible TPK for us if we're not careful.
Yeah, the danger and anxiety are very real and present from the moment you step in. You guys are extremely powerful characters, extremely powerful for this campaign, but when you step into a lair, especially Castle Ravenloft, it just adds the danger level is such an intense, higher intensity. And I love that you remember the detail of the the doors open wide open, warm, colorful, bright light just beckoning you in. And we said, nope, we're gonna go around and deal with the rusty bars and the windows that are off a cliff, because we did not want to fall for whatever humor, even if it was just purely for humor. We didn't want to give Strahd that satisfaction. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration, and I will see you next. Next will be Serva, if you don't mind continuing our recaps.
Oh man, yeah, it definitely started off strong with that hero's feast. We kind of prepped ourselves. We brought Ismark. Maybe we could have brought some more people, but we went in pretty strong. And we got a little roughed up by a gelatinous cube, but we're still feeling good. But we're not even halfway there, and Elword is already hanging by a prayer. But with that, it is good that he's managed to hoist himself. So we're kind of in a precarious situation, but along that way, we've run into some other things. We did find that wagon for I don't know if it's specifically for his knight, his fire horse, but hopefully we can, as an example of that, we find some of Strahd's various toys and break them before we get to him, whether it be Bucephalus or that one elf man that I don't remember the name of, or just some other things. Hopefully we're able to rough it up a little bit, give ourselves a bit of an edge. But either way, should be entertaining.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys found the black carriage on the edge of the courtyard by the servants' quarters, and it is very likely you guys come across more stuff, more people and objects and things that lead to Strahd's strength, or maybe lead to your own advantages as well, depending on what you do with them and how you find them. Bucephalus, the fire horse, you very well could interact with Bucephalus before you interact with Strahd, but the danger is if we leave Bucephalus, maybe Strahd will have that ally in the fight against him. To see. It's a tricky thing. Like, how much do you explore and try to out? But Rodin is the elf guy. I think you're thinking about his right hand man kind of guy. The one that challenged you to a duel, I think. Yeah. Rodin, yeah, the dusk elf that turned. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration. And last but not least, Nija, if you don't mind closing out our recaps tonight.
Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well after the break. Let's see. I'm not entirely sure what was said for everything, but yeah, all up in the castle. I've been thinking for 2 weeks how I'm gonna try and hopefully assist Elward here in getting off the Sylvester Stallone cliffhanger like precipice that he's on, hanging by a thread of this dangling ice wall that we braved, and statistically speaking did fairly well getting down. But yeah, at least avoided a terrible potential scenario there, a catastrophic one. It sounded like I heard people talking about like leading up to this point, and just kind of, I guess, overall maybe campaign recap or just sentiment. Yeah, Featherfall. Featherfall is the insurance spell of D&D, right? Like no one ever wants to take it and spend that spell slot, but you're glad that one time in the campaign when you need it, and all the rest of the time it just kind of sits there taking up a level 1 spell, right? Yeah, it's been a great adventure. Obviously don't know if tonight's it. Well, I guess we'll see, and how much of the castle we got left. But it's been it's interesting trend. It's always interesting to transition from one, coming to a campaign level 1, and you've got very clearly defined thoughts behind backstory and how things fit in, and then obviously bringing an alt into the game midway through or so. It's different and it's unique, and it's always kind of an interesting challenge to find that balance between how they get along with the party and how their lore and dynamic fits into everything and to the world, and how this it's that new person who comes in the group and says, "Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm so and so, and hey, let's go kill these other people that and you just met me, so why do you care?" But it's that interesting aspect of to bring that history and backstory into an established group and campaign, which is always fascinating. And obviously for as long as you guys have known Nija, her being very kind of singularly focused with kind of a revenge type plot against Strahd, and then also having the good fortune of getting that NPC lore from her brother kind of coming into the story, and his motivations and things like that kind of helped fill that her character, because she was for a large part very one dimensional. I feel like, at least how I wrote her, at least. So it was a great opportunity to kind of see that other side of maybe where she came from, and now we're here. And yeah, as far as power goes, oof, I was waiting for that level 10 power spike. We're there, and we'll, hopefully it'll be enough to make the difference. Feels like we got some good items. Feels like we got some good powers. And how they'll stack up, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see.
Well, yeah, indeed. We'll just have to see if it's enough. I think that it's likely enough, but it's just a matter of what happens. But I totally agree. The transition from level one to start the game to end game is so difficult even to kind of process the mind. It's exciting, but it's difficult to process even with one character the whole way through. But then when you have a character death and you have to transition to new characters or introduce new characters through whatever reason, it adds this whole new depth and layer. And I think you guys have done excellent with this campaign, kind of taking in the lore and the regional kind of dynamics of the people, and kind of using that to your character's progress and development has been really, really fun to see and watch. It is sad that Barovia is kind of limited to not really taking. It doesn't allow for too much character background to be inserted into it, but I feel like our backups have really, really, really attached themselves well to the geography, and even our original characters, have a lot of lore that kind of brought to the story that would not have been there otherwise, or wouldn't have explored otherwise. But it's been crazy fun to see each and every one of the characters kind of develop the whole storyline more and more, more fulfillingly. Thank you. Go ahead and take your inspiration, and thank you for the recaps, guys. Any questions or any thoughts before we move back into session?
I'm scared. You made it sound like this is our last session.
I would be very shocked if this is our last session. Just to be forward about it, I think we're. I mean, you could. It could totally be, but I think it's very likely we have about 2 to 3 more sessions, if not more. This Ravenloft is pretty big.
We must not be in Strahd's room.
I won't say that. I just I think he'll have a few more sessions. Cool. Any other thoughts before we move back into session? Excellent. Just one last little heads up. Don't forget that the updates have been in place, so please let me know if vision or anything is weird. I think it's probably best if we kind of move scene to where those that entered the room are, and I'll have Elword and Nisha right on the outskirts of the room. You'll kind of see there's like broken windows, and those that are in the room will be in the room, and Nisha and Elword would be outside the room. But I think we'll start with the perspective of those in the room, kind of what was happening to Nisha and Elword, kind of what they saw in the same moments. Only a moment or two has passed by that Elword and Nisha kind of dealt with almost losing Elword.
Oh, there's coffins.
As you begin to tumble into the room, Winrel and Serva, you kind of came in quite haphazardly. You wouldn't have noticed this, but Ismark and Dimitri, as you slid your way in and kind of climbed down, you saw Lord Strahd von Servach himself. Maybe it was just a dark cloak, but as you kind of moved your way into the room, you saw him flayed across the coffin to the south, just seemingly weeping. But as you moved a bit into the room, you looked once more, and he was no longer there. Winrail, as you kind of catch your breath entering the room, Serva, you kind of look up as well. this cackling voice screams out, "Who dares defile my rest? Thou who disturbs the queen shall bear my curse." Winrel, I need a charisma saving throw. And I believe you have service bonus. Service bonus gets you through. Serva, I need a charisma saving throw.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, boom. I think Ismark went next, right? Or did Dimitri go before? I think it was Ismark next. Ismark, I need a charisma saving throw.
Oh no, I was next. Ismark went after me.
Okay, Dimitri, I need a charisma saving throw. And I think
Uh,
you're just in the bonus.
I'll still use my inspiration because charisma's not exactly my biggest.
Good use of your inspiration. That becomes a save. And finally, I need a saving throw from Ismark. Okay, Ismark fails. I'm gonna take you to private chat real fast, Deathstroke, and then we'll come back.
Hold on a second. I know we have Heroes Feast. I don't know if that helps right now. I'm just checking.
Oh, maybe so. It might give you
Not for
advantage.
charisma, it's the wisdom saves.
Oh yeah, wisdom saves. All right, never mind.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna take you to DM chat real fast, Dimitri.
All right.
All right. As Ismark feels this cold spirit begin to inhabit him, and he becomes possessed by Queen Ravenova. And she doesn't really take control of you, but she has 3 your alignment becomes lawful evil, and she has 3 objectives that she's looking to do. And you can kind of imagine she has all the regal, royal, kind of terrible, mean attitude, but her first objective, and this is descending priority, she wants to mourn her son Sergei. She never got a chance to mourn the death and the murder of her son Sergei. She wants to reprimand, if not kill, Strahd for revenge for killing her favorite. Like, she loves Sergei. She hates Strahd. And she always hated Strahd. She loves Sergei. So she wants to find Sergei's tomb and mourn him. Then the next priority is reprimand / get revenge on Strahd. And then 3, she wants to kick out any intruders in her castle, including you guys.
All right. So, is that order of importance? So, number 1's mourn, number 2's reprimand or kill Strahd, and 3's get rid of us.
Right. And she's like, let's see, she's like a 16 intelligence, so she's pretty smart. So she's not going to try to blow her cover or like get herself kicked out. Like, she's going to try to be kind of subtle. So I'll let you roleplay that however you like. So she's essentially a teammate, but with possibly conflicting agenda. And
Right. So I feel like she's like the middle one, the killing of Strahd, is obviously aligned, and then I feel like be like, all right, now he's dead. Get the fuck out.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, yeah, I think. Well, yeah, we'll see how this goes.
The possession could be broken, but it just depends. It just depends.
And you said it changes alignment to lawful evil.
Correct, and you'll see why soon.
Okay.
Cool. I'll send you back. All right. So as the voice calls out, you're able to gather yourselves up, Ismark and Dimitri and Serva and Winrel, and the room quiets a bit. But you hear Nisha call out, "Help!" So then we'll go to the scene with Nisha and Elword. I mean, you guys can all hear at this point. The windows themselves are about a few feet off the ground, but you could totally climb back up if you wanted to. Elward, you are dangling with all of your strength, just barely able to hold on. You've got your golem kind of holding onto your legs, keeping you weighted down a bit. What do you guys do in this predicament?
So, what can we? So, like, we'll rush over. What can we see exactly? Are we able to see like the strings kind of like coming out of the slide, or?
Yes. Let me give you some handouts actually real fast. This is the tomb, the tomb that you're in. And as always, I'll give you some description of the room too here in a second. But as always, I'd click on the magnifying glass so you can kind of see. Sorry about that. I got ahead of myself. And this is what you fell down from, the overlook.
Man, we were nuts jumping off that thing. Whew.
Yeah, it's 1,000 feet, like 1,010 feet drop.
And Nisha's outside the window right now.
Nisha's just outside the window, I believe so.
All right. Well, first, Servo is going to help pull Nisha inside. I don't know if I have to make some kind of check for that, but
Oh no, you can pull through no problem. It's about a 5 foot step down. Uh, just to give you a bit of a description of this place. Sorry that it's kind of. I should have done this first. This tomb rests in hushed silence. Tall stained glass windows dominate the eastern walls that you've just broken through. There's a bit of dim light kind of falling into the room that falls on two coffins resting atop white marble slabs. The one against the north walls mark King Bara von Zarovich, and the one against the south walls mark Queen Ravenova van Rohen. The vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead is inlaid with beautiful gold mosaic. So you can see the slide goes just up to the bottom of the window, and you kind of see the chakra strings are visible, aren't they? Just barely, if you look really hard.
Yeah.
So you see the chakra strings kind of attached, just roped, lassoed around this ice slide.
yeah, I think Servo would be more focused on the window. So yeah, she'll pull in Nisha first. All right. I don't suppose you can make a bit more ice, or is it limited?
How far is Elword down?
What's the extent? I think at 30 feet, right? Or 45 feet?
They have different ranges.
Let's, I think let's say 30 feet. I think that was your normal for most of the time.
Yeah.
I'll grab.
Pulley strings has a limit of 30 feet.
Cool.
I'll grab. I'll grab my rope and throw it out to Elward and look at Server and be like, grab, kind of like help, like grab the rope, and then I'll look down at Elward and be like, grab the rope, we'll pull you up.
Got it.
Elward, as you're busy kind of holding onto your chakra strings with both hands, you see this rope kind of fall down and dangle in your face.
Okay.
It's 50 feet, so it at least reach past him a little bit.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna have my sis grab onto it first, and then as that way it'll get the weight off my leg, and then she'll scoop me up as we're going up, or I could put my legs on her shoulder and like a piggyback ride.
Oh yeah, she definitely has the strength to carry you, no problem. It's rainy though, and it's a bit slick from the ice and everything. So those are gonna pull. Who's so Serva and Dimitri's gonna pull you up.
Mm.
You guys can do an athletics check with advantage, whichever one of you guys want to.
I'm gonna assume your athletics check is better.
Yeah. I'll do that.
And if yeah, okay. So it's gonna have degrees of failure. They don't pull you up in too badly of a way that you're gonna need to make a check, like slip or anything like that. Elword, so you're all good. Ada holds
Great.
on tight, and they heave and hoe, but they do it quite carefully and quite well, and they slide you up through the window into the catacombs.
All right.
You
Everyone.
didn't slide much as a child, did you?
What, Elward?
No,
This
they were
the
really
slide
hot.
the slide wasn't exciting enough for you. You had to make it more exciting.
Ugh. Remind me to put a staircase after we take hold of this castle.
Glad you're still with us.
Wait, you mean a staircase all the way down there? That's a lot of stairs, Elward.
It's worth it.
That's fair enough. Anyways, looks like we're in some kind of tomb. Oddly peculiar and special looking, though. Probably not you know whose, though.
Do we know the significance with coffins and vampirism? I don't know how much knowledge we got from the Amber Temple in terms of vampirism.
You can give me Dimitri absolutely would, but the rest of you, you can give me a history or a nature check. But yeah, Dimitri would have read a whole text on this by Van Richten.
I'll do it on the basis of what I remember from the Amber Temple, not from prior experience, because I don't have any of that.
Damn, yeah. So Winrow, you probably know some of the significance of the resting place of the coffin. But Elward, you absolutely know the ins and outs of the resting place. That if a resting place is left untouched, a vampire can return to it. Even a fully depleted vampire of all their health can return in mist form and completely recover there. That destroying the resting place, destroying the coffin, the earth in which they were buried, is quite important to the permanent destruction of a vampire. Incredibly important. Otherwise, the vampire will just return back to life over and over, as long as it has a resting place to return to.
Yes, I relate that to the party. I'm just gonna assume I got the information from Strahd's journal, as he was studying vampirism, and that's how I know. Because character and player knowledge is separate. Yes, I'll tell the party the significance of possibly finding Strahd's coffin before finding Strahd. But if we do find Strahd and defeat him first, then we must make haste to find that coffin.
Does it not make sense to destroy it now? Will he be aware of it?
Oh, I'm not sure if these are Strahd's coffins. I feel like it would have been way more defended if it were.
As you ask that question, is he aware of it? Lightning seems to strike outside the window, and you just hear this raucous laughter boom outside from somewhere high up. Mwah ha 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 ha!
Showboat. Well, regardless, these probably aren't his coffin.
And then you said that the names were inscribed on the coffins already. It was the king and the queen.
Indeed, as you look upon them, the north one is the king, and the south one is the queen. King Barov and Queen Ravenova, as they're inlaid with gold and worth just hundreds and hundreds of gold. and you kind of see the ceiling itself is a mosaic of the two, inlaid with gold. Beautiful work. I mean, it would take years to kind of adequately pry off the ceiling, but if you did, you would have one of the most valuable sculptures in all of existence. Just a beautiful gold, what do you call this, effigy, I guess, of the two. It looks like this.
Nice. That robe looking fresh though. But yes, I don't believe from all the information we gathered in our journey that Strahd has stricken his family with vampirism. So it's safe to assume these coffins aren't related to any vampires.
Yes, it's best we leave these be.
Forward, past the coffins, is there a doorway, large wall? What's in front of us, letting us like blocking us off?
As you look up the way, as you kind of maybe examine the coffins a little more as you notice that the king's one looks to be rather undisturbed. The south one, the queen's one, looks like it's been tampered with a little, but not trying to encourage you to mess with them. I'm just trying to mention. I forgot that little detail. As you look up the stairs, they ascend to a landing flanked by two alcoves. Within each alcove, taking up the full 30-foot height of the ceiling, is a bronze statue of a warrior holding a spear. A soft blue curtain of light flows between the two alcoves. Dimly visible on the other side of the curtain are more ascending stairs. So it ascends about 25 feet up into more catacombs, it looks like. And I think the artwork that I gave you gives a good depiction of the two statues. So it's translucent, but the light gives off just a little light, a little bit of blue light.
Oh, so it looks like it does in the picture with it like coming down from the ceiling?
Exactly. It's like a curtain draping down.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. I guess there's no really going back, so forward?
There's no going back to begin with, but I'm not sure. It seems a couple of us are heavily injured from that going through that glass and look at Winrow.
Do we need to take a short break?
Can we afford to take one here?
I'm not sure we can afford to face Strahd or this castle not close to full strength.
If you're not at full strength, you're no match for Strahd.
I forget. It's like morning, right?
Yeah, you guys rested before. Yeah, it's early.
Yeah, we've been here like 15 minutes.
You can always attempt a short rest. Yeah, but we're definitely not ready for a long rest. Unless you want a long rest all day and then the next night, which...
Nah. I'm not desperate. We can have Winrow rest and then everybody else just take defensive positionings to watch both the entrances.
Well, I'm not sure how many are going to take the ice slide, so I think we'll only have to worry about the big man himself for this window.
It's all right. Let's hit it.
Sure.
Oh wait. Yeah. I should probably heal. Otherwise I might wolf out on you guys.
Well, let's take a moment then. Now that we're in here, I mean, we lost the element of surprise a while ago, anyways. So
I don't think we ever had it.
exactly.
All right. I guess I'll try to take a short rest while everybody, I don't know, looks around the room, investigates and such.
Yeah, certainly.
You said the Queens was the southern one, right?
Correct. Yeah, the southern one, and the cardinal directions are accurate on the map. So we're in like the east wing of the castle.
Ismark's gonna spend the short rest by the southern casket. Kind of looking it over.
All right.
I'll inspect the northern casket just more thoroughly during the rest. Since
Yeah.
Since I will not be resting, I'll be on guard.
Yeah, sure. You can give me an investigation or perception, actually. If you want to like kind of use your hands to, you can do investigation. If just eyes and like senses, you can do perception.
I'm also and Dimitri will have the sun sword out at full blast, so 30 and 30. So at least it's daylight, like all within the room right now.
Nice. Yeah. It seems like the daylight.
Natural 20 -1.
Boom. Yeah. And you're expecting the one to the north. As you look, it looks like the gold is actually a bit translucent. And as you kind of peer in, maybe the light kind of shining off the sun sword and stuff made it hard to see through. But you see a beautifully, perfectly composed image, maybe a body, beneath the sarcophagus of King Barov himself. You compare it to the sculpture on the ceiling, and it's like he hasn't decayed a day from the sculpture above. And the regalness and beauty of his visage still completely captured in the body beneath this gold lid.
Oh, it's like translucent. I can see through it.
Yeah, like slightly translucent, like it's off colored. It's like gold shaded, but it's translucent enough that you can see through.
Oh wow. I guess does he appear to have anything on him with him, like or like armor or weapons or anything? Any jewelry?
He's probably wearing like a half plate, a very very well sculpted half plate, and outside that you don't notice any weapons or things, but he's got plenty of jewelry on him and quite a bit of wealth and a crown as well.
This one has been well interned. Curious. Strahd does not strike me as a sentimental type.
Maybe one of his servants kept to it. Well, maybe he just likes things to look good.
Did try to bring his brother back out of guilt. I believe Strahd has had a little bit of guilt, but he still had humanity left. Sure, his family's clothes and mess with his head.
I'm not sure trying to use his humanity against him is our best weapon.
Strahd's humanity went out the door when he killed his brother.
I'll keep lookout over the broken window and ice slide and anything that comes from the sky. How's that short rest then?
Unsuccessful.
Sad face.
Did you want to before I set this up? did anyone want to inspect the south coffin? You don't have to by any means. I just. Let's see here. Sorry, just making sure I got this right. Oh, I do not have this right. Oh, lol, that would have been hilarious. If you guys want to start rolling initiative, you're more than welcome to. As you bed down for your rest, and maybe Nisha, you're inspecting the coffin to the north, you hear this screeching and then fluttering of wings as 6 swarms of bat being led in by this ultimate battle commander, an animated broom, come sweeping through the window, ready to slay whatever combatants dare break their windows, dare ruin the castle's quarters, and create a job for this broom to sweep up broken glass. I first was putting out swarms of rats, so instead of swarms of bats.
What's this? I would have preferred the rats, because then Strahd would be like Cinderella.
Yeah, they made Strahd's his gown. The broom is right there in front of Happy Jack.
Nope.
Yeah, the cleanup crew did not like you guys, your method of entry. Alright.
Room the Nimbus 2000.
Dimitri, you're the first to react. You're quite alert, kind of. Maybe you're up at the curtain, kind of taking a higher view of things. You see the swarms fly through or begin to fly through the window. What do you do?
One thing I'm not good at: groups. Let's see.
Not horizontal groups. Vertical from you better.
I guess I'll just take out Matilda, and the bats don't seem to be affected like at all by the light, right?
They don't like it, but no, they're fine. They don't seem to use their eyes much for this.
Yeah, I guess I'll just take a step over here and take a piercing shot at. Well, I'll fire at this one and then fire through to the next one, or attempt to.
Which two are you firing at?
The two in front of. Wow, I just forgot her name. The flesh golem. Ava.
Cool. I think there's only one though. Can you fire one that's like vertical? Like there's only one in a line.
Oh, these two right here are on top of each other.
I think he's using extra tech. He's gonna shoot one each.
Lennon, these two right here.
Do you see, so like on my screen there's Ada and then a blank space and then a swarm of bats, but there is another swarm of bats just to the north of the one in front, like the one on the same parallel line as yeah, those two. Can you shoot those two at the same time?
Okay, so on my screen, I'm just gonna put my token where I see the bats. There's one here, and then there's one here, and that's what I was curious about. Is they're in a
Oh,
line from me?
that's an error. I'm sorry. I don't. It's actually there's one. Do you see when I move those bats?
Okay, yeah, you just moved them, and now they're okay. Now they're in a line like that. Okay,
Sorry about
the
that.
not all good. Then I will just take 2 shots at the bats that are in front of Ada.
Cool.
Not piercing.
I just didn't want you to waste a special shot. Both of those are absolutely hits as you smash into this swarm of bats, just scattering most of them back.
And that is. I'll move down the steps a little bit here, but other than that, that's my turn.
Nisha, becomes your turn.
Let's see. I'm going to. Nisha's going to take a few steps not toward the window, I guess back here. And she's going to kind of start to kind of swing her staff in kind of a circular pot stirring motion, and it'll look really similar because she will summon a wall of ice just right outside the window. So something like this probably.
Nice. Yeah, go for. I'll give you some dex save. Go ahead and roll damage, though. It may make some of them moot. Oh yeah. Let's see.
And let's see, those one. That's 35 because those ones are twos.
There's all the bats. And the broom. Do you want to describe this as you just absolutely wipe out the cleaning crew?
So I'd like to think the wind and the storm kind of pick up for a second, and then you'll see kind of rather than seeing like ice form like around everything, you'll kind of just see like almost what seems like a giant column of ice like falling, like snow falling off your roof past your window. You'll see like this giant block of ice slam downward past the window, and everything just goes and just kind of just goes and you just see it like fall out of perspective, just past the window.
Very nice. Destructive. It's a utility spell and an AOE spell. Very nice use of that spell. And
Sure
you,
as hell beats the slide.
Oh, that was fast.
53, breaking the bank, Leonard.
sorry, they're just a cleanup crew. They were just annoyed they were coming. They maid service. Um, as like the ice kind of fades away and maybe frozen little bat bits kind of fall down into the abyss. Uh, you have about 10 minutes of rest before anything else kind of happens. Do you want to try to short rest more? So I don't have to roll. You'd have less. So you have 10 minutes so far of your short rest if you wish. If you want to try another short rest.
Oh, are you counting it as cumulative? We've had roughly 10 minutes and we'd still need another like 40, 50 to go kind of thing?
Correct. Yeah. So you have 50 minutes to go before the last. Before you were pretty much within about 50 minutes of that short rest before it got interrupted.
Huh? Well, I mean, that wall of ice blocked off this entrance, so I'm down to continue.
I think our comrades still require aid. I suggest we rest.
Alrighty, cool. Let's go for it. Alrighty. Oh, this one's cool. Nisha, roll a d6 for me, please. Cleanup crew for the cleanup crew. Um, Nisha, as you're kind of keeping a watch out the windows now, you all are a bit more alert after this kind of intrusion into your rest. You're just scanning the room, and you notice something kind of sticking out underneath, like where Winrail is sitting. It's like something strange is about the cobblestone she's kind of sitting on. It's kind of jutted out just a little weirdly.
Winrel, I believe there's something under your bum.
Huh?
The tile, but below you. Something's off about it.
Hmm. I'll get up and move to the steps.
As you stand up, you also kind of maybe your heel steps on a little on the like lets the weight go, and the cobblestone kind of falls and shifts back into place a bit. Uh, it seems like it would have clinked like stone on stone, but it seems like something is cushioning it. Like it when it fell back into place, something is soft below the cobblestone that's kind of cushioned it, and it didn't clink quite as hard as you would expect stone on stone to clink.
Is it? You guys notice anything else about it, or is it just might just be our eyes playing tricks on us?
Everyone take a few steps back. And once everyone's kind of stood back away from it, I'll use my mage hand to kind of reach forward and I guess start kind of pushing and manipulating around the area Winrel was sitting.
Can a girl get some rest here? Damn, stop touching it.
uh, you're able to do so. You kind of play around with the cobblestone, and it pushes out of place. And it looks like you could kind of like move it, like maneuver it out of the socket. Like it's like the kind of the concrete's been worn out a little bit. Like you could pull the whole little like the little brick, kind of out of place if you'd wish.
Yeah, okay, yeah. If I can push up and then remove the mage hand, I'll pull it back.
You do so, and it looks like some kind of plush toy, a strange plush toy covered in a bit of dust. And you see the tag, the Blinksy tag, sticking out of the hole. Is no fun, is no Blinksy. Do you wish to inspect with any further?
Is it a toy?
I'll lift. Yeah, I was gonna say I'll lift the toy up with continuing to use the mage hand, assuming it can. It's not heavier than 5 pounds.
Oh yeah, it's pretty light. It's a little plush toy, probably with 2 pounds maybe. But it looks to be like a plush werewolf stuffed with sawdust. And as you pick it up, you see that it had it was like a set, and 6 little tiny werewolf babies fall into the hole. It has little dull knife blades for claws and retractable teeth.
Does anyone recognize this?
No. Winrow?
Being in Blinksy's toy store before, would I have seen this on display?
This was a unique one. You would not have seen this in the store.
No, I've not seen this. But if it's in this castle, in this room, then I'd be wary of it. If I were you, I'd just throw it out the window.
I'll give everyone kind of like a quick glance, like if anyone's like nodding no, essentially. And if no one says anything to intervene, I will use the mage hand to chuck it out the window.
Was Winrow's group, just the number 6, mean anything? Is it 6 kids? Is it... No,
And somewhere in Barovia, 6 werewolves fall over dead as I throw this voodoo doll out the window.
Crake has a whole new mystery.
Oh no.
Well, perhaps we shouldn't be bothered by trivial things. Some things are better left undiscovered.
As your eyes kind of drift out the window, as the plushie and its set kind of tumbles out into the abyss as well, a curious object drifts into your peripheral, Winrail, just as it waded through this blue curtain of light. It seems to be held aloft by an invisible force. It's a small purple handkerchief. It looks like it's kind of being ruffled a bit, and like a little bit of dust kind of falling off. And then you see it move to the ground and pick up, kind of with the purple handkerchief, kind of pick up the cobblestone that was moved and put it back into place. And then you see the purple handkerchief move over to the windows and like begin to pick up glass and push it outside the window and like wipe down the windowsills a bit. And all of you see it at this point, obviously.
This castle is baller.
That's a handy trick.
It doesn't seem to be hostile, just cleaning up the mess. Well, I don't think we have too much to worry about right this second.
Indeed, you do not. You can benefit from a short rest. Even though there's 2 strange occurrences, but I won't say they're too strange to interrupt the short rest this time.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Blinksy. Blinksy is probably one of the NPCs I'm the most sad we didn't interact with more of, actually.
I thought his store would have been destroyed after the cult attack.
Oh. No, he's still there. Maybe if he got damaged, you rebuilt it or repaired it.
Oh no, you know what it was? I think we took the tunnel after we cleared the cult hideout, so we never really got back into town.
Yeah.
Yeah, Android thinks.
But yeah, whenever you guys are ready, feel free to expend hit dice and recover. And then whenever you're done, feel free to go. You can expend as many hit dice as you have, and over a long rest, you'll get your half your level rounded down back. So I think all of you will get 5 back, and you'll have 10. If you could have leveled up from experience, in this game, we determined that you could level up out of short rest as well, any rest. So if you can level up, feel free to level up too. Oh no. Oh, you said you were 433 off. You needed that to be a few more brooms.
All right. Enough rest. Let's get Strahd so we can get out of here. Ismark is just gonna start moving forward.
You see Ismark reach the top of the stairs as he moves through the blue veil, and he seems to disappear and reappear right behind you, Dimitri, at the bottom of the stairs.
Hang on a moment.
As you move through the blue curtain, it was a bit cold. Kind of a chill ran down his spine, but not harmful in any way.
Let me try.
As you move through, you feel a bit of a warmth, almost an acceptance, as you move through the blue curtain. Nothing happens as you reach the top of the stairs.
Servo just kind of looks back and shrugs. I don't know.
Ismark will like push his way through again and try and go up.
He moves through again and feels that same chill, something like a cold tear in his back, and then it disappears and then reappears at the bottom of the stairs.
What is this? I guess Dimitri will try next.
Similar to Serva, as you move through, it's a bit of a warm acceptance, a comforting kind of caress as you move through the curtain, and nothing happens as you move through.
Well, now we know it's not a gender thing, at least.
Nijal, we'll go ahead and move through.
As you move through the curtain, Nisha, it's neither cold nor warm, but a bit dull. It's almost just as if you walked through a curtain. There's no feeling to it at all.
Is everything okay over there?
Going through.
It's fine.
As Nisha gives you the go-ahead, Winrel, both you and Elword step through, Elword first and then Winrel. Both of you, as you kind of move through, you're not sure why the others kind of hesitated or seem to feel anything at all. It's quite dull and just like you step through a normal kind of thin lace curtain.
Ismark will like step through this time again, but not like, I guess, a bit more careful, like trying to imitate how everyone else walked through.
He steps through the curtain. He's just on the edge of on the outside of this side of the curtain. Moves a little up the stairs. It's still got that cold, just fearful terror of a chill, like something is kind of creeping like under your, across your back, and you just can't quite reach it.
Does
As
he
you
get?
reach the top of the stairs, you disappear and reappear at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh no.
Ismark will come up here and just out of frustration take a swing out at this statue.
Cool. Yeah, go for it. You can make an attack at the statue. It's solid bronze. You smash into it with Death Knell and knock a chunk off. And it looks like a small creature, like a halfling or a gnome, could probably squeeze behind it, behind like around the alcove, circumnavigating the blue curtain. But Ismark's a little big.
Check out the other side. Does it look bigger or smaller around the statue?
Around the same size. Looks like a small creature could squeeze through. A medium-sized creature is too tight.
So how is this curtain coming down? Is there like holes in the ceiling or?
It's kind of it's a curtain of light, so it actually has no physical substance to it. It seems to be draping, seems to come out of the ceiling. The 30-foot high ceiling just appears. There's no holes or anything like that. It just kind of magically floating from the ceiling down.
Okay. Well, unless anybody has a better idea, and he'll move back over to this statue and then just start swinging at the legs, trying to topple it.
So you're gonna break down the statue. I see, kind of like a chisel your way through. Yeah. Does anyone have say anything to this?
Well, before we go that, maybe here, try grabbing my hand.
He'll reach out and grab Serva's hand.
All right, just hold on to me as you come up, and maybe you'll stick through. And she'll try to walk up with him this time.
Your hand feels the warm. Serva's, your hand feels the warm acceptance as you kind of pass it through the blue light once more. Ismark, unfortunately, you get the cold chill again still. As you reach the top of the stairs, even with hand in hand with Serva, you disappear. You feel the weight of Ismark leave your hand, Serva, and Ismark reappears at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, he's gonna run up here and start swinging.
Okay, cool. You start smashing into this, kind of breaking chunk after chunk after chunk off. As you're working away on that, I'm gonna give a bit of description to the others. As you kind of look off, you're in this great catacombs. Buried deep beneath the keep of Ravenloft lie these ancient catacombs with arched ceilings supported by wide, hollow columns that double as crypts. Cobwebs hang limp in the musty air. A thick fog clings to the floor, which is covered in putrid waste. As you look up and look around, the black ceiling seems to be moving. Just hundreds and thousands of bats seem to live upon the ceiling, as they're like kind of scuffling here and there. They don't seem to be hostile, but it's pretty eerie to be near that many living bats. And I have a handout for you. You have a good like inch or two of bat guano across the ground. So that perspective is if like you were looking back into the king and the queen's, you can kind of see the blue veil. And as you can tell, each of these crypts have a stone door. What do I say that? It's like a door, but it's more like a stone slab, and each one of them has writing engraved into it. Each one of these crypts.
How's Ismark and the statue process going?
Give me an athletics check, Ismark. Okay, cool. I'm gonna only make it like 10 minutes before you can carve enough of it away to kind of squeeze your way through. You bang and clash and now, and like kind of the bats seem to kind of like squirm away and move away out of the arch. I mean, they're definitely not liking this extremely loud noises. Maybe some of you know a bit about bats and they communicate with echolocation with noise, and this is awful to their senses. But he smashes and bangs away and just utterly rips apart this bronze statue. And it looks like there's enough space where you could kind of circumnavigate the veil if you so wished.
Yeah, he'll do that. Let's squeeze around the statue and come out.
You circumnavigate the veil, and you don't get any kind of cold chill down your back. You want to try to make it all the way to the top of the stairs?
Yep.
And sweet relief, you make it to the top of the stairs, and you stay where you're at. You don't reappear down at the bottom.
That was annoying.
Well, I'm sure we'll be annoyed by more to come. Regardless, where do we want to go first?
We should be sure to read the tablets. This appears to be a well-stocked mausoleum.
Yeah, you can see the chambers must extend far to the north, the west, and the south. There must be just tons of crypts all about this place.
I don't know. Either direction's fine, I guess. I'm not sure.
Does anyone feel where the air is escaping from?
Follow your nose.
A lot of the air would be rushing from the west to the east at this point. Back out towards the broken windows from the west.
Oh, yeah, we did that.
As you kind of edge around this northern crypt, Serva, you can notice that the inscription on it, this one just to your north, as you kind of edged around, read Sasha Ivaliskova, wife.
Hmm. Wait. Strahd. What was his wife's name again, guys?
He didn't have one.
That's not what this says. Hmm. And this is a tombstone that I'm reading right now?
It's like a big stone slab that kind of serves as a door to the crypt. So it doesn't really have a handle or any kind of hinges, but it's a stone. So like right here in front of the, can you see the door? The little white door?
Okay, now I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big door and it's big lettering. So you would have, I saw you like kind of go around the corner. I figured I'd give it to you because you could have easily seen it even if you just eyed it since it was a small one.
I am going to use Divine Sense.
Oh, yeah, wow. Know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you. That is not behind total cover.
Oh, never mind. Or, well, she'll use it anyways, but just because also she was trying to listen in to this hall over here, kind of. I didn't specify that when you were talking. I kind of wanted to just like keep an ear to the wall, see if she hears any like movement.
Yeah, you don't sense any undead behind the wall, like because you can't because of the total cover. Even if there was anything, but you do sense some undead nearby. Specifically, you sense one undead like right where Ismark is.
She's gonna turn around. Hey, Ismark. Are you feeling all right?
Of course, I feel fine.
Do you?
Yes, what is this?
Well, I don't know if you know of it, but us warriors that serve a bit of a purpose have a little bit of a radar for certain things. I think the better question is, am I speaking to Ismark right now?
Of course.
I'll roll insight on that.
You can give me a charisma check, I guess. Ismark. Oh.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, I'll let you guys roleplay that.
Of course, I'm Ismark.
Mm. And is someone else sharing right now?
I don't know what you're getting at.
Maybe you don't know. Ismark, do you feel lightheaded at all? You weren't able to get through that veil, even though everyone else could.
I feel fine. I'm just anxious to get to Strahd and give him what he deserves.
So you're only anxious to get to Strahd?
Yes, he deserves punishment.
Is there anything else you're in a hurry to get to?
No, just Strahd right now.
What about Irina?
Yes, of course.
Dmitri.
We're here to
I don't
defeat
think
Strahd.
this is Mark. And she'll kind of like gesture to the veil. That's consecrated. Meaning, of course, us were able to get through fine. Nisha's not undead, actually, so she should get through fine. But you... No wonder it didn't let you through.
I don't know why it didn't let me through.
I'll ask again. And this time she's kind of like getting in a bit of an aggressive stance. Who am I actually talking to? I kind of want to intimidate it.
Yeah, you can do an intimidation versus I guess it'd be an insight check. So a wisdom. I'll let you guys roleplay that.
All right. I'm just using your friend's body for now.
Out.
I am... Hold on, I forgot the name. What the hell's the handout with the name? Yeah, that's it. No, I am Queen Revnovia. Just I'm here to. Strahd needs to be punished.
And why should we let you stay inside him?
Because nobody wants Strahd punished more than me. All I want is him punished. That way you all can leave my castle.
It's not your castle anymore.
It will be once we've rid Strahd of this world. He took Sergei from us. From me.
Yes, we're well aware. And we had a lot of experience with Sergei, and he's guided us here. But Strahd's the only thing that's keeping you here. Once Strahd is defeated, you will no longer be of this world. Time for you to rest.
I can't rest until I get to see my son again. I need to see Sergei one last time.
He is not here. His body was burnt quite a while ago.
But that might have just been part of it. Not all of it.
But this. Do you not see the weapon that man is holding? I point to Dimitri. Isn't that of your son's? Is that proof enough?
She would recognize the hilt, but not the light of the blade. That when Sergei wielded it, it was a full. It was still metal.
Yes, that's. I know the hilt of the weapon. That was Sergei's. It's the reason I trusted you without trying to kick you out immediately. If you have that weapon, then you're obviously on the side of good.
Oh, sorry.
I've been trapped in that. Hold on. Look, I know Sergei is somewhere here in the crypts. I want to see him and then punish Strahd, and after that, you can have your friend back. But I've been trapped here for I don't even know how long.
Say we let you come with us. Say we also want to punish Strahd. How do we know that you're going to be just as good or even any better at punishing him than Ismark would be? What if you're just a hindrance? What if you taking over him is what keeps us from punishing Strahd?
I don't know everything your friend knows, but I do have all his skills in this body.
I suppose I'll ask what you know. I take it you might know where your son is, but do you know where something that might be of use for stopping Strahd might be?
I will. I was gonna say I'll wait for Lennon on that one.
She would. I mean, she might mention that the way she would answer is she would let you know that they bury the people that bury down in those catacombs are generally of nobility or wealth, and typically they bury them alongside their most notable treasures. So essentially letting you know this catacombs is likely full of treasures and items of power of the history. But oh, go ahead. But you get the idea that there's likely more than that. But this is a castle after all. But that's like the information she'd be willing to part with.
I don't know of any particular item that would be good against Strahd, but I do know that the royalty buried here is usually buried with items. Perhaps something of Sergei's will serve that purpose.
And would you say you also, despite probably some changes, at least know the castle layout pretty well?
I assume she does, Lennon.
Oh yeah, she knows it fairly well.
Yes, and I did used to live here. It has been some time. My memory might be a little foggy, but I could figure out my way around.
Well, what does everyone else think?
I'm not opposed to the help, but I do. I am curious about the motivations, as well as I'm not generally a fan of my friends, not having their free will.
Yes, I'm also not very not big on the possessions, but if it is true that Sergei is on this floor and she wants to go see him, I believe we should seek out his tomb for another reason also.
And even then, I'm pretty sure Winril can at least dispel or turn spirits. So, should she do anything that seems out of line, it shouldn't be too difficult to force her out. Are you fine with this?
I mean, we're pretty ragtag as it is. She seems motivated. He? She? I don't know.
She.
I'm a she. Queen Rivnovia.
All right. But you're kind of a he also. But sure, she.
He just had the easiest body to take over.
Well, glad to know most of us can at least resist that. Well, pleasure to have you, Your Majesty. Hopefully we can work this out with ease.
Yes, I want this done as fast as possible. I would like to have Strahd punished. I'd like to see Sergei one more time, and then you can have your friend back, and you all may leave my castle.
All right. Now that we've settled this, where to now?
Well, I believe Sergei's on this floor. I would like to find his tube.
Is it possible it might have been relabeled? Just because I see some of these are marked, but we might as well check some of the other ones too while we're looking for his.
Lennon, would she know? She wouldn't know exactly where he's buried on here. I'm not sure, like the timeline of events. Like if if Strahd killed Sergei and then they buried him, so she would have a better idea, or she killed him, or he killed them all at the same time.
She would have known. She knows that Sergei was killed first, and then Barov and Ravenovia were kind of held as prisoners until they died. So that so they died. Sergei died first. So she doesn't know what happened to Sergei's body or where he's buried, but she knows that there's royal crypts to the south part of this area, the east part where she just came from, her and King, and as well as the north part of the area. There's 3 main chambers in addition to all of the smaller crypts.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
like you just came from a big chamber, but you see a couple small chambers down this hallway. There's 2 more big chambers on this floor, and she knows it's very likely that Sergei is buried in one of those 2. And in fact, as you're kind of looking at these nearby crypts, Dimitri, you notice that the stone slab that you're standing next to, you didn't pay much attention to it at first, but then the name catches your eye, and you realize it reads something quite familiar, in fact. It reads Winrel Alabaster.
Dun, dun, dun.
Winrel. Apparently, Strahd has a tomb for you.
Well, feels a little foreboding, no?
What? I'm gonna go check out this one over here. What does this one say?
That one says Sir Eric Vonderbucks.
Ooh. Invented V-Bucks.
I guess I'm gonna search. I'll search the other 3 here, just or 4 here, just to see what they say. Seeing Winrel's name on there, I'm looking for Serena's name on any of these tombs.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I came back in right as you said Serena.
Or any of our names.
Or any of our names, yeah.
Okay, cool. So we'll just go top. Top, it's like kind of over in the corner. Or do you have a certain way you want to go about it?
I could just do. I'll just do like go continue around in a circle. So this one and then this one up here and then around.
Okay, cool.
So counterclockwise.
So the one closest to Ismark, possessed Ismark, is Winrel Alabaster. The next one to the left is Sir Eric Vonderbucks. The next one to the left is Patrina Velikovna.
Ooh.
I'll pause for a moment, but I'll keep going. To the top left, you notice that this one, the door is laid to one side, and as you kind of look through the swirly mist and the perpetual fog, you see there's freshly engraved letters that spell out the words Irina Koliana, wife. And inside the crypt is a beautifully newly crafted coffin with fresh earth inside.
Dun, dun, dun. Too late.
So wait, the coffin is closed or open?
Closed.
Crap.
And then the last one, right by Serva, reads Artemis, builder of the keep, thou standest amidst the monument to his life.
Hmm.
None of these say Sergei on them.
I step back from Winrow.
Oh, sir. Well, Sergei wouldn't be in one of these tombs. He would be buried in one of the royal tombs to the north or south.
Should we check these ones anyways?
I think perhaps we should check out this one here. first.
What's up with that one?
Irina.
Nisha's going to make her way over to the one that's labeled Patrina, which I think you said was this one.
Correct.
What? And the one for me is it this one?
The one just to the south of that, bottom right.
Okay, I'm gonna look over it.
Are you a recycled soul, Winrow?
So most of them have titles, Winrel. Yours doesn't have a title, it just reads Winrel Alabaster. Where like Irina's reads Irina Koliana, wife. And Patrina's reads Patrina Velikovna, bride. Each of the ones that are... Irina's is open. The rest are closed with these stone slabs. They look quite heavy, but if like two of you work together, two of the stronger, like if you have a combined strength of 25, you could slide it open.
No problem.
Dimitri, you've got the sun sword, right?
Yeah, it's out and on like full blast right now. So.
All right. I'm going to open Irina's coffin. And if she comes out and she's changed, you know what to do.
Yep.
You'll notice that Ismark isn't reacting at all. Possessed Ismark just seems to be like biding his time, like wondering why you're all wasting time, kind of thing.
Pray for the best.
All right.
Yeah,
And,
right now.
Sarah's gonna go in, make sure Dimitri is by her, ready, and she's gonna try to open the coffin.
It has like a bit of a latch, and it's very freshly made. You're able to kind of wrench it open, no problem with your strength. And inside is fresh earth. You see several gemstones, kind of like scattered small gemstones, like a very beautiful collection of earth, kind of laid about inside the coffin. But that's it.
We've still got time.
Well, we have to make this quick.
Hmm.
I'm assuming it's only a matter of time if he's already got the coffin in here with the tomb door already chiseled out.
Would you mind helping me with this one?
Of course.
Before she moves over there, is this coffin on like a table or is it just on the ground?
Just on the ground.
She's gonna upturn the coffin. She's gonna flip it over.
Yeah, spilling like the earth everywhere and stuff.
No, I think she wants to make it so super hard to get out.
Oh, okay, I see. She's just flipping it upside down.
Oh yeah, I'm just inconveniencing him as much as possible.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to open mine as well while everyone's doing that.
Cool. You'll need a combined strength of 25, but perhaps if you get someone to help you, you can. Cool. We'll go with niches, just as you said first, and then we'll move right to well, maybe not right to, depending on what happens here, but then we'll go to Winworld's next. So it'll be Nisha and Dimitri, as you push open this stone slab, from the darkness comes a horrifying visage of a spectral elf maiden twisted by the horror of her undead existence. She wails out, and the very sound claws at your soul. You see the ghostly, just tormented picture of your sister, Petrina Velkova.
Barrow. I'm assuming.
I'll step towards her. If it's not initiative yet.
Not yet. But I do need a Constitution save as the whale comes out from. I need Constitution saves from Nisha, Dimitri, Serva, I think Happy Jack too.
Puppets don't take psychic damage.
Okay, good. And Ismark.
Everyone's got a +3 because they're all in range.
Oh, +3, 15. Good.
Mine's already calculated. Rip.
Oh, whew. Okay, 13, just barely.
Nice, yeah, you all pass.
Squeeze.
Boom, you all pass.
+3.
That would have been hilarious if Ismark went down to 0 at the ghost time.
We do take some damage, though.
On a success, takes... Oh, okay. I thought it was no damage on a save. Let me roll some psychic. "13 psychic to all of you who passed," which all of you.
Oh wait,
Oh.
3d10? I thought it was 3d6. Oh damn.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was my fault.
No.
I was like, damn me, beat the average.
I'm so sorry, 7. Thank you for catching that. That was my mistake. Just 3d6. I don't know why I read 3d10. That hit you?
Service down.
Did you already use your half-orc thing?
Serva.
That, I believe that only specifies if I would take damage, and it doesn't. I think the text doesn't specify that it's damage.
Oh no. Okay. Oh well, we'll have to roll initiative. Well, does one of you have healing spells? Ismark does.
Yeah, Ismark does. Ismark can heal her.
Okay. That is horrible. That took so much health from you, Serva.
Oh god, yeah.
We won't have to roll initiative because you won't die from death saving throws. Assuming Ismark will help, but I'm pretty sure it would. As the whale comes out, you see the ghostly manor begin to kind of reach out with this ghostly claw straight for you, and then checks and looks strangely at you with a sad, almost knowing look. Nisha, what do you do?
Petrina, it's me. Do you recognize me?
She seems this sadness, it's almost like something knowledgeable in her eyes, but they're wild, a bit manic, as if she's not thinking quite right.
I'll mutter loudly, just kind of so everyone has the context of. I've come a long way, and I hope this works. And I'll rub my fingers together, and I'll slowly reach out towards her ghostly form, and I will try and cast resurrection, my resurrection gift on her.
As you do so, you see the life, the kind of these dark red veins begin to appear through the ghostly spectral until they form into tissue and then muscle, bone filling in as well, as your sister is revived before your eyes, as the body reforms complete. Your beautiful older sister, the Dusk Elf maiden, Petrina Velkova, she takes a deep sigh and then reaches out and embraces you. Sister, it has been so long. I tried and reached to Casimir, but I guess he reached you before I could reach him.
Casimir helped me on a path back to you, and if not for his courage, our people would be gone, and you would be lost to us. I'm only here on his behest. I'm beyond words that you are back with us, but this is unfortunately where our meeting ends. For my friends and I have much work to do in this castle, and Strahd cannot be forgiven.
I see. Well, if vengeance is to be had, perhaps Casimir has earned his forgiveness, and be giving you the love and the strength to bring me back to life. But Raiden, he must not leave. He is the key to our people's downfall. He has brought the pain that we feel. He cannot be let to live any longer. If I can aid you with my power, here, I believe. And you see, just she's been in her tomb. There's just jewels and amounts of wealth, and she scatters the platinum and the gold and the electrum and the silver, just thousands of coins to the side. And she pulls out this old, beautiful, ancient spell book, almost as powerful feeling as the one that you got from the Mad Mage's book. She pulls it out. It has been so long. The dark magic swells. I cannot use everything I know, but if I can help, we must bring vengeance against Rahinden. He shall die by our hands, sister.
Sorry, over the table, the Rahinden. Do I know this person?
He's
Am
the
I
dusk.
spacing it?
He's the Dusk Elf servant, like right hand man of Strahd. That he was the Dusk Elf that betrayed the Dusk Elves to Strahd.
Oh, okay. I won't lie in saying it's not good to have you back, but I did not risk everything that Casimir and my friends have afforded me to watch you fall so quickly after coming back to us. Your place is back with our people, and you and Casimir can exact the vengeance that you seek.
You do not understand, sister. I will not return to our people. I understand their pain, but they did not understand mine. It is this fate you see that our people gave to me. I was to love Strahd. I was to be his bride. Not to be ruled by him, but to rule this place. This castle was to be mine. But fear of power, fear of the night, our own people, our own brother, stoned me where I stood, and gave my corpse over to Strahd as penance. I do not wish to return to our people. I will save this land, but from on high, not down low in the villages of the Dusk Elves.
Oh, sister, the path you walk, I'm not sure I can follow. It is a dangerous thing that you ask.
She looks a bit saddened, and she looks you over. I see. If it is not together, then I wish you the best. I shall leave then, and prepare what I can. Sister, know that I love you dearly, and whether you bring death to that Raden. And she says a curse in Elvish that's very, very nasty. if you do not bring him death in this venture of yours, I shall have my vengeance when I am better prepared. I must reacquaint myself with the dark arts that bonded myself so long ago.
I hope to see you again someday, sister. I really do. Know that I love you, and that I'm happy that you are among our world again.
As do I feel the same for you. Hold on to life, sister. You and I are the last. You see her pull a parchment from her book and begin to cast a spell. Anyone want to try and do anything?
No.
No.
Oh, is that like a reverse whale? Oh, there she go.
Yeah, that would be so bad. Oh my god.
Boom, she'll teleport out. And now you have a angry, power-hungry Archmage alive in Barovia.
Yeah, that tracks.
Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna stand farther back next one we open up.
I'll walk back this servant and say, thank you for that. It was not my intention for you to so much to give so much to that cause.
It's fine. You got to see your sister again, and that's what you came here for, right?
Only partly. It was bringing my sister back was part of an oath and a promise I made long ago.
Well,
I
hey,
was
check it off the list.
much more the foolish girl back then. But I would not be doing myself any favors or justice by not honoring that promise.
Well, you did good with it. Anyways, I think Winrell's opening up a tomb now.
Indeed she is. Let's take our break real fast, though, if that's okay, Winrell. And we'll come back right as you open this mysterious coffin with your name on it. I'm going to give you guys some experience for doing a lot of cool stuff right there. Just for straight up roleplay, each of you can take 700 XP. Dimitri, I'm going to give you extra 500 for that, since you're role-playing a possessed person, Queen Ravenovia possessing Ismark, and getting the party to justify keeping her around, which is pretty awesome. Serv, I'm going to give you an extra 500 as well for using your ability to pinpoint and kind of quiz Queen Ravenovia into just kind of discovering who she was. There's no telling how long, Ismark might have gone around as an undead before you guys discovered it, but using that really good ability, the Divine Sense, pinpointing things. And then last, I'm going to give for resurrecting. It was a huge quest roll, quest progress. I'm going to give 1,000 experience to you, Nisha, for resurrecting Patrina.
And bringing yet another blighted archmage into Barovia, as you said. So,
Yeah.
you know what? That's you know what Nisha thinks. It's like, yeah, that's like some other adventuring party's problem now.
Yeah. Oh. She straight up as an archmage. She would have had cantrips to use, but didn't have any of her spells prepared. If she'd have helped, but definitely another powerful archmage. A couple magic items too.
Yeah, I was really interesting. Yeah, I assumed that there was a chance that if she was found prior to a confrontation with Strahd, that maybe she would have been like an ally or helpful. But in the same token, like I don't know. Like between my promise and oath to Casimir, and just understanding her prior relationship with Strahd, having her around didn't seem like the best thing to do. You know, it's sort of the like, oh, by the way, and we're gonna go kill your lover. Sorry, by the way, you know, hey. Yeah. So that was like, yeah, I don't know if she can, I don't know if she can be trusted yet. So
Yeah, I think that's crazy insightful because yeah, your knowledge of her, you know that she genuinely loves Strahd, and not as like a power hunt. Like a lot of Strahd's betrothed are kind of just swooned by him, but she's almost an equal, and wanted to take rulership. But I think that's crazy insightful of you. Uh, I'm gonna post
yeah,
the
I was gonna say it would have really sucked to bring her back only to have to kill her like next session. So I was like, yeah, let's just get her up.
yeah, yeah. It's likely that a fight could have she could have been an enemy.
Oh yeah, totally. All
That's
right, cool. We're break.
Yeah, yep. There's the coinage that was in the tune, and we'll come back at 55 minutes past the hour.
Look, guys, now we can finally afford potions.
Sounds good. See you guys in a minute.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's any thoughts or questions before we move um, um, back into session? Cool. We'll go right back to opening Winrel Alabaster's tomb. Oh, don't! I almost dropped you on. Came very close to putting you on the wrong map. That would have been awful. It might have just been black for a moment, but it would have been stinky if spoilers were had. So as Winrel and Ada, you together, your strength is definitely enough. You look at this massive stone slab with Winrel Alabaster's name carved into it. As you shove it open and it just barely opens, the first thing that kind of releases out into the air and you're hit in the face. Well, maybe not Ada, but Winrel, you would notice this, especially with your keen senses. It's this horrid, awful stench of decay. As you begin to pull it farther open, you see this corpse, this mottled, bloodied corpse lying on the marble slab within. It looks like the corpse is slightly covered by like a cloak or a kind of a long cape kind of draped across it. But blood and ichor kind of dripping down from the edges of this covered corpse onto the floor below.
Um, can I tell about how old it is?
It looks to be like a very fresh corpse. It's probably about a medium humanoid size below it. The blood must have been slain within a day, but it does smell awful.
Can I tell the cause of death? Is it readily apparent?
No, most of the body is covered. Maybe like a little bit of a boot is kind of sticking out, but the boot is just covered in blood and kind of dripping down. But most of the body's covered with this kind of cloak draped across it.
I guess I'll remove the cloak.
I need a wisdom saving throw as you look upon your own self slaughtered in the most brutal fashion, as you see kind of slash and gash marks all across your hands and your face and your body, just the brutalized corpse of your own body. Oh yeah, you're not phased by this. You don't get any madness, but it does probably look quite awful.
Um, can I feel the face?
You can. It feels real. It feels like a real corpse.
I'll just turn to the group. Well, good news is there's no room for me in there. I'll just walk away.
Very nice. Go ahead and take 200 points for not getting some madness. 200 XP. Oh yeah, what would be really wacky is if we did talk to the dead, speak with the dead.
Oh man, that would be cool. I should have thought of that.
All right. Any of these other tombs look interesting?
Perhaps it's best if we just
Or
make
if only I had animate dead.
Why?
Does your body have your weapons and armor?
It does not.
I love that pause.
And then I was like, oh no, you don't.
It's like I didn't think of this.
Get another
Perhaps.
magical cape.
Perhaps we should continue on to the royal crypts.
Mm.
Very well. Let's look for Sergei. I think that one will have more answers than any of the other ones. Are you gonna be okay, Serva?
Yeah, been through worse.
I would imagine like your ears are bleeding.
Somewhat, yeah. Have we checked these doors already? Or are there doors here?
There is a door to your north. There was doors to the south, kind of in like Winrail's in between the two doors that you've looked at. Like the one to the north was the architect Artemis, and then the one to the south was the V Money guy. The one as you move to the north a bit, you do come across another door, another stone slab with the name Staubal Indebach, a truer friend no ruler ever had. Here lies his family in honor.
It's not a name I'm familiar with.
Oh, we're narrowing it down at least.
And it looks like there's another door over here to the west of that one. I think with your vision, that's the only other doors you could see. As you move around that side, Dimitri, it looks like there's a door right here kind of around the corner. It's hard to see at that angle, though. But Survey, you could see that door right there to your west. Ada and Survey, you can read that door. It reads, King Katsky, Katsky the Bright, ruler, inventor, and self-proclaimed time traveler. Maybe this stands out a bit, maybe to the tinkerers in the group. You can give me a history check if you'd like, if you're proficient. Both, since you're there, Elword, you can give me a history check for King Katsky. Yeah, you would know that this person is a very, very well-renowned inventor, actually. That maybe he wasn't actually a time travel. No one really believes his time travel, but that he was a quite what's the word? A very prolific inventor when it came to weapons. And that you remember maybe you kind of actually spoke to Dimitri about this. It just kind of came in passing that maybe some of the founding thought behind the weapon that Dimitri built was put forth by this person.
I'll call over Dimitri. Hey, Steve! I can't whistle. Get over here.
Yes?
And I point to the name to Dimitri, and I kind of give him the look like the insider nerds, like, we know what's up with this. Because we're nerds.
Well, as tempting as it is to see what's inside, I'm not sure if we want to risk what happened to Serva again.
Up to you.
Oh,
I'm
think
going to stand a good bit away this time.
If you want at this point, since you see the name and kind of see what they're talking about, you can be a history check with advantage, Dimitri.
That is not something I'm proficient in, but
Boom. Well, with advantage, maybe you don't know like perfectly this King Katsuki, but you know quite a bit. That the name stands out, and you remember something about like one of the very first muskets, and that making bullets more effective by silvering them was kind of put forth by this fellow.
I mean, if everyone else is all right with it, perhaps we could give this one a look-see.
Yeah, any advantage we can get over strung. This person is very well versed in firepower. I don't mind. I'll have my golem help you out to open that.
Yeah, I'll have. Well, I guess Ada will help me, or I'll help Ada because she's stronger than I am. So
I'll cover my ears.
Indeed, as you slide open this stone table with this person well known firearms and explosives and other things, you can imagine what happens.
A bullet comes towards us.
yeah,
You open it up to see some cool stuff. As you look inside.
I thought it was gonna be like
Call
I
of Duty
was
camper. He was
expecting
a
a
Call of
booby
Duty
trap,
camper.
a booby trap,
All
or
the
like
shotgun,
a
the shotgun with the rope at the end.
yeah.
You see a
Oh,
skeleton draped in rags that lies atop this marble slab in the center of the crypt. Lying amid the bones is a stoppered drinking horn, a fat pouch, and a weird looking scepter made of metal and wood. You immediately know this weird scepter is a musket. An old one, but still looks like an well-oiled one, like it could work if you so knew how to use it. Above the bones, hanging from the dome ceiling by wires, is a wooden flying contraption that looks like a set of folding dragon wings fitted with leather straps, metal buckles, and taut leather wing flaps. So it's like a small, like a dragon wing glider. This is the part of the history that if you got over 20, I was going to let you know about.
oh,
That would have been helpful a couple minutes ago.
yeah. I'll step in and if nothing happens, I'll grab the musket, and the horn looks like a powder horn, I'm assuming.
Exactly like that. Yeah, you knew what to look for. The water-resistant powder horn is full of gunpowder.
Yeah, I'll grab that, and the sack I'm assuming is full of bullets, so I'll grab that.
You pick up the fat pouch, and it clinks together, and inside are 20 silver bullets.
Cool.
Alright, I'll mark those differently because I'm assuming the bullets are different than the bullets for Matilda. So
Yeah, they probably could work, but they might be yeah, their size for a musket. It's probably got to be different in it.
yeah, because I mean the musket's gonna have a bigger bore on it. So yeah, I'll grab that stuff, and then step out and be like, there is a what appears to be some sort of flying contraption in there. If someone else wants to take a look at it, I'll just kind of shoot Elward a look and then step out of the way.
Yes, I'll take a look.
Yeah, sure.
Check Google in there and grab it.
You could give me like a tinker's tool check to see if you want to take some time to play around with it and see if you can figure this out. Oh, boom. Yeah, that's plenty. The DC 15 check is all you needed, and you passed that. This glider's pretty interesting. It doesn't support much weight, but it looks like it could really help you from maneuvering through the air.
I'll
I'm
say
assuming
1,000 feet down.
Yeah, you could, but it'd have to be a very light person not holding much gear.
Story of my life. I've been on 90 pounds my whole campaign.
Nice.
I'm assuming the musket is just how it is in the normal musket.
Yeah, it's the same as the normal firearm rules. It's nothing special. It's not like the 1d12 piercing range and everything.
Yeah.
But it's pretty valuable. I mean, you could sell this for a lot of money, if not use it.
Oh. This is quite a find.
Indeed.
Sling it on my back, put the bullets in the powder, or put the bullets away, hang the powder horn on my waist, and all right.
As you guys move a bit to the north, Nisha, from your angle, you could tell that there's another alcove and crypt kind of over here in the northwest if you so wanted to look. And then those are those that move north. You can tell there's another door crypt kind of right here northwest of Ada. And then there's one northeast right here on the wall joining the one you've got, Dimitri. And Serva, you can tell there was one like right here in this corner. Right here.
Yeah, I'll read this one.
And I'll read this one.
Cool. I'll give those to you guys. So we'll start. I'll read. We'll do
And
Dimitri's.
I'll read that one on the.
Excellent. So, Dimitri's, yours reads Piddlewick, full of Dorfnia, and then I'll read a service.
You say fool? Fool? Oh, okay.
You fool! Yeah. Serve. Actually, I found Nisha's first. So I'll read Nisha's. Your reads King Troisky, the three-faced king.
Oh no. Somebody fell.
And the last one is maybe a name that you recognize. The one you're reading, Serva? Kazan. His word was power. Kazan.
Hmm. I don't know if Server would recognize this, but she'll probably read it out loud. And you guys know a Kazan at all?
Well, from what I remember and what we've gathered, he was Strahd's wizard who he tasked with trying to destroy Sergei's sword.
Looks like he didn't do a very good job.
The sword is missing a blade.
I don't think we'll find much in here.
Probably not. Well, if they are buried with things, he was a wizard, so he might have some of that stuff, but I wouldn't want to go messing with a tomb of someone Strahd considered an ally.
Right. Seems like this one, from what you're saying, might have been more willing and might have a bit more presence back. Well, we can keep moving on ahead. I'll slug behind a little bit.
If you want to, Nisha, you can give me a history check since you're Barovian. With about
Sweet.
the other name, Piddlewick is not really going to stand out to any of you. Maybe you don't know a ton about this, but it's an ancient king of Barovia. I mean, if you weren't an elf, I probably wouldn't give it to you. But you've lived around. I mean, you were here before Straw took power. But King Troisky was known as a pretty fantastic warrior that wore this strange three-faced helm. But he was also known for being very moody and seeming to change. His mood seemed to change in an instant. So that's where the name. A very moody, powerful warrior that wore a helm, that wore a three-faced helm. As you guys continue to move up north, there's a door right here to the west of Ada, and a door to the right of you guys, kind of right here, to the right of uh, the Ada puppet, our arena puppet. What puppet is that? That's got to be Ada.
Oop, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So there's a door right to the northeast of Ada puppet, Ada the maid, and then right to the west of Ada the golem.
I'm sharing my puppet senses, so I'll do that.
Cool. The one to the west, the one Happy Jack is in front of, it reads Duchess Dorfinia Docilnia. So you recognize the name is related to the Pidwick.
So much history.
Oh yeah, this adventure is so full of lore. And then the one to the north reads Prince Ariel du Plumet, Ariel the Heavy.
Wow. They really got to violate his weight when he's dead. Great.
He also visited Happy Jack's funhouse, but left without curing the fat gas.
Yeah.
Imagine he was the pig all along. Man, we never found that pig again. It's the chosen one.
Oh, I think I saw one over here.
Indeed. As you move around, it looks like there's one to the west, and then two to the north that you saw, Servo.
Gotcha. I'm reading this one.
That one reads Artista de Slop, Court Ceiling Painter.
What's the one in front of me read?
That one reads Lady Isolde Yunk, Isolde the Incredible, purveyor of antiques and imports.
Quite the collection of people up here.
Seems like he keeps his staff in one place. He said there was one to the north, or?
In fact, what you see to the north is something else. The one to the west, Happy Jack, actually has nothing inscribed on it. It's a blank door, blank slab. But to the north, there's an iron portcullis between you and this royal tomb. But quite immediately, Ismark would notice kind of the sculptures maybe in the back. Maybe he has a vision. I think he does.
I can't. I mean, even Dimitri can't see through it. It's just like a solid black.
Oh, the dynamic lighting is bad. Let me update that. Do you see the bars now? But you can see through?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So the portcullis is in the way. Let me give you some description. But you could see 3 statues and alcoves in the back, and Queen Ravenovia would notice the one in the middle. White marble steps descend to a tomb that has a vaulted ceiling 30 feet overhead. A stillness, a calm amid the storm is felt here. In the center of the tomb, a white marble slab supports an intricately inlaid coffin. Chiseled into the slab is a name, Sergei von Zarovich. To the north, behind the coffin, are 3 alcoves. A beautifully carved statue stands in each alcove, a stunning young man, the likeness of Sergei himself. I believe you would recognize it as well, Elward. I think you saw a vision of Sergei, flanked by 2 angels, looking as polished and new as the day each was placed there. An iron lever protrudes from the south wall, west of the tomb's entrance. So the lever's kind of inside over here.
Nisha, could you possibly use your little mage hand trick to flip that lever?
Certainly. Perhaps you should all stand back. We have not had the best fortune this evening. And Nisha will get close enough to cast her mage hand and have it drift through the bar and pull the lever. And I think I can do it up to 30 feet, so I'll stand 25 feet back.
Very cautious indeed. As you pull the lever, the portcullis slides up into the ceiling, opening the way into the tomb beyond.
Yeah, Ismark at this point will like push by and then kind of run on down to the coffin and like kind of collapse at the at like the foot of the coffin, just kind of like draped over it.
As she gets near the coffin itself seems to push her slightly away. She can get close, but the coffin won't let her touch it. It seems to propel her a bit.
Oh no. I'll move in slow.
As you move into the room, you see something that Ismark would not have seen. You see the vision of Strahd von Zarovich standing above, with his sword drawn, standing over the coffin, the smug look on his face. But you also notice a single tear kind of dripping from his eye. As you fully enter the room, the vision fades.
I'm assuming Ismark still can't get close.
Ismark, she can get like onto the white marble, but she can't touch. She can't quite get to, like there's always like a couple inches between her body and the coffin.
Uh,
As you enter the room, Serva and Dimitri, like the veil, you feel this warm acceptance. There's something comforting about being in this room, about being in this tomb.
I'll walk up the stairs as well.
You don't get the same sense of warm comfort, but you move into the room no problem. It's just you kind of you feel the drab death of this place.
Here, Queen, let me open this, and I'll go to open the coffin.
You can touch the coffin, and it actually opens to your touch. It's a bit resistant, but you feel the warmness kind of mingle the intricately laid coffin kind of warm against your hand, and after a bit of resistance, it slides open. As it easily slides open, you see the beautifully, perfectly embalmed body of Sergei, his clothing and his armor shining. Amazing armor. Beautiful, the most beautiful plate armor you've ever seen in your entire life. And his whole radiant self just beaming back at you. And laid across his neck is the holy symbol of Ravenloft, a relic lost to time, a legendary item.
I'll yeah, I'll reach down and grab the amulet, and not as I guess respectful as I can do such a thing.
Queen Ravenovia looks towards you. I see. My son must have chosen you all. That is the symbol of good and hope for our land. Sergei bare it, but I did not know it was buried here. You build his weapon of light, and now you hold the symbol of our land's light. Interesting. Let me have time with my son to mourn. I have not got to say my farewells. Please.
Of course. Um, take your time,
And
and then I'll like, excuse me, as I like put the like pick up the amulet and everything. I'll like kind of do like a like a hand on his shoulder, not Ismark, but Sergei's shoulder, and just kind of like a kind of give just like a small nod, and then walk out.
and there's another Tarokka card. Actually, that's a Tarokka reading.
That's one of the ones I was like, where are we supposed to find this thing?
Yeah, where is it? Where is the Paladin? This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. I'm a sleeping prince, a servant of light, and the brother of darkness. The treasure lies with him. You'll have
All but one Tarokka card completed now. Oh no, two. No, one. Sorry.
Oh yeah, just one. Dunna, 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 dunna. Yeah, I'll give you guys each 1,000 XP for fulfilling the Tarokka. That's a huge one. And you'll have to identify it to figure out what that thing does.
I'll just straight up put it on.
Cool. It requires attunement.
Okay.
Uh, Winrail, as you're kind of your forge cleric, you can look up this as you kind of step down into the tomb and get a look at Sergei as Ismark is kind of praying over him, kind of saying some low breath farewells. The plate armor is just exquisite. It's +2 plate armor, magnificent, beautiful armor.
Quick, respectfully grave rob that shit.
Yeah,
I think someone might not take too kindly to that.
Cool. That's probably a wise choice. After
I mean, she did say we'll need all the advantage we can get.
Oh, well, I'll just look at Ismark.
After a few minutes pass by, Ismark stands up and kind of looks back at you all. He kind of wipes a few tears away. I've said my farewells. Now it is time to be a strict parent. My love has been poured forth, and now my wrath shall. Let's find that devil and show him what he deserves.
Yes.
Let's go.
Any idea where he might be?
I do not know his location.
But if it was your castle, where would you go to? Just relax and enjoy the show.
Depends
Well,
upon depends upon the mood. Perhaps the greatest high tower, where the beautiful heart of sorrow resides, or the luxurious dining hall if I wish to have a meal. You mentioned this Irina, perhaps celebration is in hand if he's looking to make her one of his brides. It could be the great hall for dancing. There's many other places.
Perhaps we should start there. Or that
where
or a
would
throne room.
where would great secrets be kept?
Secrets. If not the catacombs, perhaps the chapel or the study. These three places are where, let's say, our more private encounters took place, where we wished to not be learned of all that took place.
Perhaps the chapel then.
If you wish to gather more items of power, I'm certain that more of these catacombs hold them, but as you see, they might hold risk as well.
Yes, I think my vote is for the chapel.
Yes, I think we're fine. The faster we get this job, the better.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Cool, cool. So essentially, she suggested that places secret might refer to the catacombs, the chapel, or the study, and we're going to try to head towards the chapel. Uh, she would say, um, the chapel is on the main floor, on the east wing of the castle. I believe we can take the stairwell to the west or to the northwest. There's one back to the main chamber where we first started the catacombs. It leads up into the main hall. There's also a stairwell to the northwest that we can ascend as well.
Oh, before we leave, I'll go back in and close the coffin up.
It'll close. It'll slide to your hand and close.
All right. Yes. Now I just want to take a short rest so I can attune to this thing.
You could try.
Nah, we literally just took one not that long ago. I feel bad. I mean, it might turn out help Serva because she did lose all her health. It kind of sucked to face Strahd with Serva at, almost nothing.
see how the chapel goes, and then if it's clear, we can rest there.
Well, the only reason I suggest that is because Service said the curtain was consecrated, and I got the same feeling from Sergei's tomb that I did when I walked through the curtain. So I believe that his tomb is also consecrated, which might be a safer place to rest than most places in this castle. But I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I understand. If we want, we can rest in Sergei's tomb, rest, and I wouldn't mind calling a session if we want all of us to be here for going into the chapel.
Yeah, if that's cool with y'all, let's do that. Let's y'all want to attempt a short rest in the tomb? We don't have to, but
Yeah, I think that's fun, and that it gives us more opportunity to respectfully grave rob this +2 armor.
yeah. +2 plate armor is very rare to find.
Plus, we can shut these bars from the inside.
You can indeed.
So yeah, I think we'll all make our way into the chapel, and we'll shut the bars because that sounds dope.
Cool. I'll just give her a little quick roll. Does anyone have identified a ritual cast it?
I think Winrow has it ready as a forge domain, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Yeah, I think she has a patch, right? Or no, maybe that was shit. I know that Casimir had it, but
I don't think she. I don't think as a cleric though she can do it as a ritual. It would eat up a spell slot.
Oh damn, you can't ritual cast as a cleric, can you?
I mean, you need to take like a feat to do it or something like that. But I mean, I was gonna attune to it regardless because just how everything is. I already have the hilt of his sword and everything else is according to the prophecy that we had from the Tarokka cards that this is a powerful artifact to fight Strahd. So I don't have any second thoughts about attuning to it.
Yeah, cool. You guys will successfully short rest. We didn't roll any random encounters for that one, and I'm gonna kind of break the in-book rule on its attunement and allow you to attune to it because of the character arc and the fact that you've attuned to the holy symbol, and you're a vampire slayer, and you attune to the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
As a paladin, the cleric only.
Right, we'll break that rule.
Wait, what rule?
Normally, it requires attunement by a cleric or a paladin
Oh,
of good alignment. Like Sergei's like a paladin, he's like a paladin of light. He's a paladin of the Morning Lord. He was the Morning Lord's chosen, but now that's Ismark, um, who's now being possessed by Queen Ravenovia. But yeah, we'll just bypass that requirement and let you attune to it. You can see what it does.
that's just it's a cool picture, but that's just the picture. It doesn't have a description.
Oh, damn. Sorry, it was in the GM's usable only. Let me give that to you.
It's all good. I'm an honorary paladin until we kill Strahd.
Yeah.
yep, way to go, Buffy.
There you go. Is it visible now?
Yeah, thank you.
No problem. I like how Elword was schooling you guys on vampire coffins.
Counterfeiter Q. Ooh, sunlight. That is big.
Oh my god, the hold vampires?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a super good good item in this game.
I'm surprised hold vampires is 1 charged and turn undead is 3. That's crazy.
Going to assume. That it might bypass Strahd's turn undead, turn resistance.
I mean, even if it does, that would still be great. Like, make him afraid of me. But like, being paralyzed for a minute, like, yeah, he gets to repeat the saving throw at the end of each of his turns. But even if he fails once, that's 1 turn of just wailing on him without him getting to do anything.
The only fear is the DC save.
Yeah, but I got 10. I got 10 charges on it. I can make him waste all his legendary saves.
Hey, that'd be huge.
We're all alive to make it there.
Yeah,
Focus on the present, not the horizons.
you guys are seeing the advantages of exploring a bit. You're getting some pretty sweet stuff, but it comes with some pretty hefty risk.
That whale is so strong.
Oh yeah, the Banshee. It's got a low DC, but if you fail, it's brutal.
Yeah, insta 0.
We
It's
lost
crazy. She
112
was
HP
full.
from our party.
That's the crazy part. She was at full health, and then 0.
Yeah, that sucked.
I'll use my second wind during, like, at the beginning of the short rest.
I love that you guys figured out that Ismark is possessed and are cool with it.
I was gonna say,
I'm
Serva-
okay with it.
Serva figured that out fast.
My favorite part is like he had this whole character arc of becoming a wimp to a strong dude, and then it's all gone.
Yeah, yeah, his moment of herodom is being overridden.
Yeah, they basically Ben soloed him.
He's got that information that we need.
I know that's the only reason, like, Dimitri was okay with it. Is like, well, she has information that could be useful.
The only thing I'm not okay with is because it's not her body. She doesn't care what happens to us, though.
Yeah.
She's gonna run straight into Strahd and not care how much damage she takes. But we shall see.
I think we probably have 1 to 2 more sessions, depending on what you guys stumble into on the way to Strahd. It just depends. Depends.
I'm gonna start taking votes on the next campaign.
I guess we should.
I should start writing up what I'm. If our character wins, what's the ending for us gonna be?
Yeah, I feel like we might even do like a whole epilogue session. I mean, it might be a short session, but we could do like a whole epilogue session where you guys can just run with it.
Because I didn't think I'd make it up to this point, so I didn't think what my end game was. Now I got something written up.
I also love that we revived Petrina.
What is Turn the Unholy?
I think it's a special subclass feature, maybe? I might be wrong.
Maybe it's like for those
Because it says I could use
white
it.
dragon soldiers.
Yeah, because it says I can use it as the Turn the Unholy, but I've
Oath of
never
Devotion.
heard of that before.
It's an Oath of Devotion channel divinity. As an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer. It's Oath of Devotion. It's one of the channel divinities.
Oh, it's fiends and undead.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I think you can... Paladins... I think Paladins can use their channel divinity multiple times, maybe? I might be crazy.
Oh, I think
no,
it's like cleric. You get like
yeah,
up to
it's
twice a long rest.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's once and then twice once you hit a certain level, I think.
Yeah, because most of the time the channel divinities are either outside of combat, and then one is for combat. Unless it's like you're like a pure combat paladin, like the evil ones.
Okay, yeah, so Turn the Unholy is basically just Turn the Dead with fiends added. That's good. Gonna have to start taking levels of Paladin now.
Yeah. You're gonna have to take... the Morning Lord's gonna re-choose his chosen.
If Ismark wasn't possessed, I would give it to him. I'm not even sure if she could touch it right now.
Oh, no, she couldn't. Yeah, she couldn't. Absolutely couldn't. But if you ever get Queen Ravenovi out, he totally could. He's lawful good, I think, or chaotic good.
I think it's law. Yeah, he's lawful good.
Ravenloft is so big. You guys, I'm not saying you should, because you shouldn't. But like, if someone tried to explore all of Ravenloft, it would be... I mean, you could spend like 8 sessions in Ravenloft, no problem. I mean, with like there's still for Windrail, there's like the Terranescu guy. We try to find him, and there's just so many. I won't go any further. I don't want to give tips. But there's 12 maps, if you can believe it.
Oh my god,
Ugh,
that's so big.
that's a super dungeon.
Yeah, legit. This is probably the most dungeony feeling level, the catacombs level.
It's weird. We didn't move very far, but a lot happened this session.